been Snapchat and rumbling. Fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. Welcome back to another fucking Friday. And to get your weekend kicked off, here's another fart hole tootin' episode of your favorite internet sensation with libation, a Friday wrap-up. Before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's libation. I was going to do my usual summer cocktail, which is a tequila and club soda, but I thought I had tequila and I don't. So I'm just going to keep it simple. A little Yingling Light, okay? America's light beer. And today we're doing it in the can because, you know, it's Pride Month. So salud. Drink up and be somebody. Cold beer on a Friday. Nothing better. Okay, so like I said, it's June. It's Pride Month. You know, fucking stop it with this Pride Month shit, okay? I mean, do we need a whole month of this? I mean, look, you want to do a week? All right, that's fine. You can even make it thematic, right? You could have carpet munching Mondays, top or bottom Tuesdays, you know, I can't decide, PP or woo-woo Wednesdays, tranny Thursdays, fruity Fridays, scissoring Saturdays for the sisters, right? And then pretend to be straight, it's Sunday because it's the Lord's Day. But we don't need a month of this shit, okay? People skipping around everywhere with fucking rainbow flags, just stop it. It's enough now. You want Pride Month? Turn the fucking Disney Channel on. Every day is Pride Month. You got Goofy blowing Donald, Minnie diddling Daisy, Pluto mounting Mickey. Take it easy, boy. You know? Enough. You don't see straights running around. Oh, it's straight month. Come on, knock it off. If anything, I think we're the fucking minority now. Unbelievable. Well, anyway, you know, welcome back to the shit show. On the road again this week. Back to AC, God help me. But I got a good AC story from last week that I'm going to share with you later on in the show. And some bad news, Loretta Swit, old Hot Lips Houlihan from the TV show MASH, one of my favorite TV shows, by the way, died this week. She was 87 years old. So, you know, we got a hell of a show. Unruly high schoolers, Elon, Biden, and flaming illegals. Strap in, baby. We got it all today. Okay, kids, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express of the mayhem and fuckerita crazy train's about to leave the station. Oh, what? Woo, woo. First stop, Long Island. So, a senior cut day at Jones Beach descended into bedlam when a horde of high schoolers started a fucking mega brawl. Okay? I mean, police helicopters had to land on the beach. This doesn't look like a very diverse group. Bad home training. Okay, next stop, Washington, D.C. You know, first it was Elvis and Priscilla, then Sonny and Cher, then Ross and Rachel, and now it's Donald and Elon. What the fuck is the world coming to? Elon Musk lost his entire Asperger mind this week, okay? And he just went on a fucking tirade. So, you know, let me just paint the picture here what happened, all right? So, as you know, he started a Twitter war with Donald Trump, which is the fucking dumbest thing you could do, criticizing the big, beautiful bill. Now, Elon's a little butthurt. I'll tell you why. We've got a couple things here. Elon Musk, I was never a fan. I mean, listen, he did great work with Doge. He went as far as to say that he was the reason Donald Trump got elected, which is complete bullshit. I mean, look, the money helped. I'm not going to lie. But with or without the money, Trump would have still won. I mean, the Democrats outspent the Republicans 2-1, in some cases even 3-1, and they lost bigly. Okay? So he didn't help anybody. You know, Musk saw which way the tide was turning and decided to jump on the winning ship. Fine. Okay? It suited his agenda. He does things that suit his agenda. So he had a 130-day mandate to get Doge up and running and get it going. And he did. He did a fantastic job. Everybody in the country is grateful, and Doge will continue to do well even without Elon Musk. Okay? He was supposed to step back into an advisory role. And he wanted to extend his 130 days, and Trump said no. Then he went after, so he ended his 130 days actually one day early. Now, given that, the fact that Trump told him no, and his company took a major fucking hit, I guess he's feeling a little butthurt. Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, in the big, beautiful bill, there's a lot of EV cuts. Like, Trump's pulling the EV mandate, and there's a lot of EV cuts, and he's butthurt about it. Now, everybody thought Elon Musk was going to get special favors from Trump. Even Elon apparently thought that. And Trump doesn't do that. Like, he just said, no, this is, the American people, have a responsibility to them. This is what's best for them, not what's best for Elon. And Elon went fucking crazy, okay? And he went into a Twitter war with Trump. And he went even as far as to accuse Trump of being on the Epstein list. Now, here's why that's bullshit, okay? With all the shit that the Democrats put Donald Trump through, okay? They shot him. They tried to impeach him. They tried to lock him up. They tried to do all of these things. If Trump was actually a patron of Epstein Island, you don't think that they would have went after that? Like, I mean, after all of that shit, right? They're gonna go, well, the Epstein thing might be a step step too far. Get the fuck out of here. That's why, the reason they haven't released the Epstein files is they're still vetting him. Because apparently that wasn't done. It was mentioned in way back that there was some transcripts that mentioned Donald Trump, but he was he never went to the island. He might have bumped into Epstein somewhere in New York City, and that was about the extent of it. But that's it. That doesn't make you a pedophile. You know what I mean? So the fact that Trump even took the fucking high road on this one speaks volumes. This is nothing more than a lover's spat. Okay? It's like, when you break up with a girl, right away they go for the fucking throat. They get vicious. And that's exactly what this is. The guy got vicious. 1 minute they love you, next minute they hate you. What is it that they say? There's a thin line between love and hate. That's all this is. Okay? Trust me, I know what I'm talking about in this direction, this area here. We had it all, Elon. We had it all. We had the greatest bromance in the history of the country. Not like a bromance that has never been seen before. Okay, and you botched it. You botched it so badly. I don't even think it could be repaired. Maybe it could be repaired, but you botched it, Elon. We had the best. We were gonna make America great again together, Elon. And you went crazy. You went crazy. And I helped Elon a lot. I helped him a lot. I did. And I let his son X wipe his boogers on my desk. Boogers are still here. They're right here on the desk. I don't know what they're feeding this kid. It's like glue. Okay, but yeah, shit, that's all that is. Will this blow over? I don't know. Quite honestly, don't really fucking care. Elon Musk is mentally irregular. Clearly, this man, he didn't take his meds this week. I don't know what the fuck. He has a beaver face. He talks like this. He's a fucking retard, okay? The guy's definitely an Asperger. No question about it, okay? I guess, look, like I said, Trump told him to go. Your 130 days are over. Good luck. And I guess, he's like butthurt. That's all it is. I mean, I get it. It's nice having access to the fucking president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, right? It's nice wandering around the fucking Oval Office in the White House, your kid wiping his snot everywhere, but time to go, kid. All right? Enough. Next stop, Rehoboth, Delaware. So, a Secret Service whistleblower said this week that Joe Biden used to get lost in his closet in the morning. And I love these Democrats that are still trying to say, he was totally prepared to do the job. The guy couldn't get out of his fucking closet. Okay? Which is apropos considering it's Pride Month, but, hey, I'll digress. So, yeah, Sleepy Joe got lost in his fucking closet. Unbelievable. And last stop, Colorado. So we all heard about this Egyptian nutbag that went fucking crazy during a peaceful rally of Jews and started throwing Molotov cocktails at them. Okay? Here's a couple things that I'd like to unpack on this. One, he was here illegally. Okay? He was here on a visa that expired, and rather than the Biden administration deporting him, they went, leave him alone. So he's an illegal fucking migrant. Okay? Thanks, Joe. Good job. I mean, I can't blame the Jews for being nervous, but my question here is, okay, you're in Colorado, you're outdoors, and there's video, people are trying to talk this guy, talk him down. He's standing there holding 2 Molotov cocktails, no shirt on. Why the fuck did nobody throw a rock at his head? You pick up a rock, boom, you hit him in the fucking head. I promise you he's dropping both of those cocktails. And then you fucking tackle him and throw him a beating. Why the fuck is everybody such a fucking pussy? See, I hope for shit like this to happen when I'm out and about. It gives me an excuse to get a lot of fucking angst out. Because I'd be the first one to fucking tackle somebody. At that point, I could literally murder you in front of all of these people and get away with it. Guy was threatening my life and the life of everybody here. Everybody said, I didn't see nothing. Okay? I could literally bounce this motherfucker's head off the concrete until it becomes mashed potatoes, and nobody's going to say, they're not putting me in handcuffs. Okay? I don't understand. Everybody's standing there. I get it, they're Jews, not known for their physicality, but you could have at least nagged them to death. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. All right, kids, your sports update. All right, so Major League Baseball, Yankees and Red Sox tonight at 7:05. That's nice. Mets and Rockies tonight at 8:40. Phillies and Pirates tonight at 6:40. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs. Fucking Knicks. They do it to me every fucking time. They give you that hope, and you're hanging on to it. You think this could be it. This might be it. And then, boom, they slam your fucking balls in the draw. So Saturday, obviously, the Knicks didn't show up to win. Okay? They shit the bed. And honestly, again, the fucking Pacers outplayed them. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? You can blame stupid ref calls, fouls, and all that other shit. I mean, yeah, that contributes to it. But bottom line, that game Saturday, Pacers outplayed them. It is what it is. Okay? That's that. Typical fucking Knicks, right? We live to fight again another day. Look, they got pretty goddamn far. Further than anyone thought they were going to get, myself included. If you'd have told me, at the beginning of the season they'd make it to the semifinals, I would have laughed at you. Okay? And it's the first time they've been there in 25 years. And the guy that got them there was their coach, Thibodeau. Okay? Which brings me to my next thing. They fired fucking Thibodeau. Now, I don't think Tibbs is the greatest coach in the NBA, but I also don't think he's the worst. He knew how to coach this team. The only criticism that I will give Tom Thibodeau is the fact that he didn't rotate his bench enough. He played the first string until they were dead. And that's the only time he'd bring in a second stringer unless someone died or was benched. They had, and I said it before, he had a kid on the second string that could match Brunson in each position, but he could hit a fucking three-pointer from the goddamn parking lot. This kid just hit threes all the time. Threes. If that's what you're aiming for, they should have rotated him in every other fucking quarter. But Tibbs never goes, he doesn't have any depth. So he doesn't go past the first string unless something happens. So you're really not developing your second, third, and fourth string. These players are just fucking sitting there collecting dust. And that's the only gripe I have. Now, would that have won the fucking series? I don't know. I'm not an NBA coach. It's always easy to say it after the fact. I'll give him that. But I think if he was rotating the first and second string enough, specifically that kid Shamet, and he got some good defensive players on the second string too, not just this kid Shamet, but if he rotated that second string enough, peppered it in enough, I think they would have had a little bit more depth because some of them were a lot faster than the first string, and I think this would have at least gone 7 games. Dare I even say maybe the Knicks would have squeaked out a win. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that. As far as firing him, again, that's just typical Dolan stupidity. I mean, this fucking guy got you to the semifinals for the first time in 25 years. Every other coach that came before him was shit. Every time Thibodeau was fucking, as long as Thibodeau's been the coach, they've made the postseason. Granted, they haven't gone too far, but they made the postseason. Okay? And, that's tremendous for ticket sales, especially at the Garden. Okay? Fucking seats up in the rafters are going for $8,000. So if I'm a Dolan, Why are you not thinking of this? Like, I don't get it. Okay? So firing the guy is stupid. I mean, who are you going to fucking get? Unless you're going to tell me you're going to hire Steve Kerr, get the fuck out of here. It ain't going to happen. So, that's just like typical Dolan shit. Let's see what happens next year. I'm not holding out a lot of hope. Okay, kids, on Tommy's Pub and Grub Review Show. Last week, I was in Atlantic City when I actually broadcasted from Atlantic City. Little treat for you. So I mentioned that I was going to go check out the Italian restaurant downstairs called La Strada. And boy, do I got a story for you. So like I said, at first I was a little reluctant about going because this was my guy. You know, Steve Maturano's joint, and then he replaced it with La Strada because they basically chased Maturano out of there. I heard he's a little difficult to work with. That I know. But you know, they kind of pushed him out because El Dorado took over Caesars, and Caesars owns Harrah's, and La Strada is an El Dorado property, so they wanted to put their own restaurant in there. I get it. Okay. Now, as far as the food goes, I had a couple of appetizers, nothing crazy. So they had stuffed long hots, which I love long hots. These weren't that hot. Okay, they were kind of like a cross between a Cubano. They were good. Could have been hotter. It was stuffed with like a sausage and onion mixture, a little melted cheese on top. Now, I will say this. Their sauce, the tomato sauce, was fucking lights out. You could taste the San Marzano tomatoes, which is very rare. A lot of places say San Marzano tomatoes, but unless it comes from San Marzano, they're not real. They'll use San Marzano tomato seeds, grow a plant, and call it a San Marzano tomato. Yeah, okay. But it ain't the same. You can taste the difference. Their sauce, fucking spot on. I could have licked, I wanted to lick the dish. Delicious. I got a little side of these Calabrian roasted potatoes. I love the concept of this. These things were fucking lights out. So, like little baby potatoes, tossed in olive oil, and roasted with Calabrian chili. Talk about blow your asshole out. Holy shit, these things were little fireballs, but they were so good. You couldn't stop eating them. Because, you know, it wasn't so hot that you couldn't taste nothing. Calabrian chili's got a lot of heat, but there's a certain fruitiness to it. It's got a nice palate. So, like, you can't fucking stop eating them. They had, like, a little chili oil drizzle on it, a lot of grated cheese. Fucking amazing. These things I'm going to copy. The stuffed long hots, like I said, I could make those better, but they were good. The tomato sauce is what really saved that dish. So all in all, the food there was good. Here's the story. So I'm sitting at the bar. Finished my meal. Bartender hands me the check, you know, a little checkbook. I take my debit card out, put it in the thing, close the book, and I hand it to him. He takes the book, and as he's walking away with the book, the card fucking slides out. I went, yo, you dropped my card. He turns around and goes, what the hell's the matter with you? He goes, I just dropped it down the drain. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You didn't drop my card down the drain. He goes, no, I did. I'm like, stop fucking with me. He goes, no, I really did. I dropped it down the drain. And the way this guy, the look of fucking absolute panic on this man's face, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way he's bullshitting me. I hop up out of the chair, I go around the fucking bar, and I look. There's a floor drain. I guess like a fucking overflow drain. And the slot is about that wide. Like the card had to fall like perfectly straight. Because if it would have fell this way, or it would have fallen this way, or that way, there was no way it was going. It had to drop fucking razor straight and land. It's a 1 in a million shot. I got a better chance of making a fucking hole in one on a golf course than. I said, how the fuck did you... And it's like, it's just hanging. Like an eighth of an inch more to the right, it would have been in the fucking Brigantine Bay. I said, don't you dare turn the fucking water on. I don't know where this fucking drain goes. And the guy's panicking. I said, all right, let's... The other bartender goes over, he goes, what's going on? He goes, I dropped this card down the drain. He looks, he goes, how the fuck did you do that? So I go around, sit on the other side of the bar, pick up my drink, and I take a sip. I'm like, gentlemen, we need to figure this out. I'm going to get the manager. So a manager comes over, some Puerto Rican broad. She looks and she goes, how the hell did that happen? I'm like, okay, that seems to be the magic question. How it happened, why it happened is irrelevant at this point. How do we fix this? Oh, I'm going to see if the plumber is still on the property. Yeah? Calls the plumber. He's gone. She comes back. He's not here. She says, okay, well, again, we need to figure this out. And they get this little Vietnamese guy from the kitchen. I swear to God. Guy comes like about this big. Little brown dude. Little Vietnamese guy goes, oh, I get it. He runs away. He comes back with 2 fucking wire coat hangers. He bends them, and he makes like a little hook on each end, and he makes like chopsticks. And then he wraps some duct tape around the edges. He opens the thing, pops the chopsticks in there, picks my card up, and drops it on the bar. 3 seconds. I'm looking at this fucking guy stunned. I couldn't believe what I was saying. He says, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I said, can you wash this off, please? So they're apologizing. The one bartender goes, I gotta tell you, Tom. He goes, I'm impressed. You stayed so... He's like, you remained extraordinarily calm. Now, those of you that know me are probably stunned by this, but I looked at him, and did that make you feel safer? He goes, no, not really. I said, because when I don't lose my fucking mind, that's when you really got to be terrified. Because at that point, in my head, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to murder you, hide the bodies in front of all these witnesses. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, which one of them do I kill first? How do I do it? Do I break their neck, or do I jam a fork into their fucking throat? This is what's going through my head as I'm sitting there, quote-unquote, calm. Yeah. Imagine... The fucked up thing is the night before, I walk into a bar in the casino. I order a drink. I hand the guy my debit card. He takes the card and lets go of it, and it slides. That like the machines that they have on top of the bar, like the Joker poker. It slides down the fucking screen and into the little slot, like the gap between the machine and the bar. And he looked at me and goes, I can't believe that just happened. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I gotta call the maintenance guy. The maintenance guy goes, that's impossible. I'm like, dude, I just watched it happen. Open the fucking thing. He opens it up. There's my card. I took it and I walked away. So 2 nights in a row, these fucking retards at Harris are dropping my card down fucking machines and drains. I'm like, now everybody's like, oh, that was lucky. You should have played card. You should have gambled. Okay, Schmucko the clown here. After dinner, I'm thinking, I was pretty lucky. Maybe tonight's my lucky night. Let's see what happens. So I go over to the roulette table. I take $1,000. I start spreading it around. Within 3 minutes, fucking gone. What the fuck just happened? Now I'm pissed. Now I gotta try to win my money back. So I start playing again. I'm up about $750. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. Quit while I'm ahead. I went to bed. I had another drink and I went to fucking bed. Yeah. Imagine. Unbelievable. I can't wait to see what the fuck's gonna happen this week. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right, kids, on That's Retarded. So yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I go to the post office. And as I'm walking out of the post office, this black girl walks past me, fucking reeked of marijuana. I don't understand these people. Everywhere I go, it smells like weed. It's fucking... What? Why they made this legal, I don't know. Okay? So she walks, just reeked of fucking weed. And she goes into the post office and asks them for an application. I can hear her. She says, oh, do you have a job application? I'm like, I turned around and I'm looking. I wanted to see what they were going to do. They handed her a job application. I would have said no. She already failed the drug test before she wrote her name on the fucking application. Fucking retards. Retards. These are the people that the post office is going to hire? No wonder why nobody gets their fucking mail. Unbelievable. Here's your PSA. Hey kids, Tommy the Talking Tampon here with today's PSA. It's amazing to me how Joe Biden added $10 trillion to our national debt in 4 years, but the libs are mad at Trump for using foreign tariffs to pay off our debts instead of increasing our taxes. These people are fucking stupid. Remember, kids, a country run by banks will always be in debt. Healthcare run by big pharma will never cure a disease, and a state run by war will never know peace. A nation run by the media will never know the truth. So shut the fuck up and let Trump do his goddamn job. Stay COVID-less, kids. No mask, don't ask. Haters and kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you.